These are pictures of one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Some are even listed in UNESCO's World Heritage Site because of their astonishing beauty. And this is the photo of a barren land. Why am I showing this? Well, this is Hiroshima after the nuclear bomb attack in 1945, and this is Hiroshima before the attack. Surprisingly, the Genbaku Dome of Japan, which managed to survive the nuclear attack, is now considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As shocking as it looks, the leaders of the world even today are running after the technology of nuclear bombs, and are fighting each day to win the race of creating the deadliest nuclear weapon ever witnessed. Although Russia is winning the race with 6,000 nuclear weapons waiting to explode at the desired location, what matters the most is the technology behind a nuclear bomb that we will understand in this video. Don't forget to watch till the end because we'll be talking about the top 3 nuclear weapons that are thousands of times stronger and more dangerous than the one dropped on Hiroshima. But before diving into the technology behind it, let's understand how it was discovered in the first place. So, the most dangerous weapon in the world was discovered in 1896 by a French scientist by Henri Becquerel, who was closely investigating the presence of phosphorescence element hiding secretly in uranium salts. Although the world is hoping to time travel to that year to stop this scientist from discovering such an evil weapon, let's focus on the discovery part by ignoring what has already happened. Soon, he found something unique during the investigation, which was later called radioactivity. Feeling curious to dig deeper into the discovery, Henry and his colleagues, Pierre and Mary, somehow managed to separate the element of radium from the phenomenon that was later found to be highly radioactive or destructive to the human body. To be more specific, they discovered that these radioactive elements found under uranium salts could produce intense rays that could easily pierce through objects, no matter how strong they are, and can be very devastating if used in large amounts. In fact, all 3 scientists immediately suffered injuries like extreme sunburn with the smallest piece of the same content during the investigation. However, instead of sharing this exceptional discovery with the government, some of the fraudulent manufacturers in the health industry took advantage of this discovery and started exploiting it to fulfill their objectives. It seems like these dishonest manufacturers are also to be blamed for spreading the dangerous vibe of nuclear weapons. Later, it was realized that the radiation released from the radioactive decay was none other than nuclear radiation consisting of subatomic particles capable of traveling at a speed that is 99% more than the speed of light. As such, radiations are capable of creating a long-term effect on a person's body. Many scientists, while understanding this discovery, were killed by cancer after being exposed to its radiation. A few years later, it became acceptable and clear that nuclear energy is the most powerful and devastating energy on the Earth, created either through harmful radiation from the sun or from the uranium that is part of the Earth's crust. While the gigantic mushroom clouds after it being dropped seem convincing enough of its power. So, how does nuclear bomb manages to explode massively? Well, every nuclear bomb weapon is the result of a fission chain reaction capable of producing a massive amount of energy after splitting themselves into various numbers. To ensure the destruction remains massive through fission reaction, the atomic scientists decided to use elements uranium-235 and plutonium-239, because their atoms could easily be split apart. So, the fission occurs when the neutrons hit the nucleus or center of these 2 elements, breaking the center of these elements in endless numbers, thus resulting in a massive amount of energy. As the neutrons produced by splitting the atom strike closer to the center, the process continues and creates a gigantic chain reaction, which results in a massive atomic explosion. Another way to understand this process is by referring to the uranium-235 atom. So when uranium-235 atom absorbs a neutron, it automatically splits into 2 new atoms by releasing 3 new neutrons with binding energy. The first 2 neutrons fail to create any reactions because the uranium-235 atom already absorbs them. However, it is the third one that is stubborn enough to collide with the atom of uranium-235, which further splits and releases more neutrons with blinding energy. Now both of these neutrons collide with the atoms of uranium-235 and split further, thus creating a chain reaction. As we now know how the nuclear bomb works, it's time to find out who is winning the race to create the most devastating atomic weapons. Top 3 nuclear weapons. Number 3. Moab, Currently resting in the land of the United States, the Moab was created to target terrorists hiding underground in the giant mountains of Afghanistan. Also known as the mother of all bombs, it simply sucks the oxygen out of the area and creates a high-temperature shockwave that manages to destroy everything on the ground and underground. The weapon was first used in 2017 against ISIS in Afghanistan, and even today it gives sleepless nights to those who managed to survive. Number 2. FOAB. Known as Father of All Bombs, the FOAB is currently under the jurisdiction of the Russian government, which was created to give a perfect reply to America's Moab. So, how did they manage to convey that reply? Well, FOAB is 4 times more devastating than Moab, and has a much further range. Although Russia claims it does not pollute the environment, it does manage to suck the entire oxygen of the zone and hits everyone with a high-temperature shockwave by only making them suffocate. And finally, number 1. Tsar Bomba. When mother and father failed to fulfill the childhood dream of the countries, it was time to give birth to a child who would lead the family of nuclear bombs beyond imagination. This is where the Tsar Bomba came into picture. So, Tsar Bomba is the most devastating atomic weapon that even Russia is afraid of making part of their military, despite it being the creator and owner of this bomb. To be more specific, Tsar Bomba is the most powerful nuclear weapon in the world that is currently sleeping in the land of Russia. The bomb was tested on October 30th, 1961, at an unknown location in the Nova Zemlya archipelago. Weighing around 27 tons, the bomb was too big to fit in the bomber planes, because of which specific changes were made in the plane. When it was dropped, the fireball reached around 8 kilometers wide, and the mushroom cloud shot up to 65 kilometers long in height. And when the devastation was measured, 35 kilometers of the area from the bomb's location was completely blown into ashes. Although Tsar never entered the Russian military because of its destructive nature, it is considered the symbol of Russia's power. So, this is how the nuclear bomb could turn into action if a country decides to use it during emergency circumstances. Although the world is keeping their fingers crossed to never feel the need to use it in the future, however, after the warning given by the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, on March 2nd, 2022, that if a World War III is about to happen, it will involve nuclear weapons and it would be very devastating. The world's top leaders have now turned on the red alert version of their investigative eye towards other countries to ensure no such devastation arises in the future, and if it does, then we pray the Avengers team or Superman will make their amazing entry to save us. So, what do you think about the technology behind the devastating nuclear bomb? Do you think that it should be completely banned from every country of the world? Let us know your answers in the comment section. Which country has the best military tech? Russia or USA? Check this video right here to know the answer. Don't forget to press the like button if you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.